Calcium plays crucial roles in your body. It's well known for its ability to build and maintain your bones. Yet, this mineral is also important for muscle contraction, blood pressure regulation, nerve transmission, and blood clotting. The reference daily intake is 1,000 milligrams per day for adults. This shoots up to 1,200 milligrams for those over 50, and to 1,300 for children ages 4 to 18. Still, a large percentage of people don't meet these recommendations. This includes many who avoid eating animal products and dairy, though many plant foods contain this mineral. This video is sponsored by a vegan cookbook that I suggest you buy to make delicious meals during your vegetarian diet so you do not get tired of this diet. I put the link to get acquainted with vegan cookbook in the description of this video. Hi there. Here are the top 10 vegan foods high in calcium. Number 1. Soy foods. Soybeans are naturally rich in calcium. 1 cup or 175 grams of cooked soybeans provides 18.5% of the RDI, whereas the same quantity of immature soybeans, known as edamame, offers around 27.6%. Foods made from soybeans, such as tofu, tempeh, and natto, are also rich in this mineral. Tofu made with calcium phosphate contains 350 milligrams per 3.5 ounces. Tempeh and natto, made from fermented soybeans, provide good amounts as well. One 3.5-ounce serving of tempeh covers around 11% of the RDI, whereas natto offers about twice that amount. Minimally processed soy foods are also a great source of fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Plus, they're one of the rare plant foods considered a complete source of protein. That's because, while most plant foods are low in at least one of the 9 essential amino acids, soybeans offer good amounts of all of them. Number 2. Beans, peas, and lentils. In addition to being rich in fiber and protein, beans and lentils are good sources of calcium. The varieties providing the highest levels of this mineral per cooked cup include winged beans, 26% of the RDI. White beans, 13% of the RDI. Navy beans, 13% of the RDI. Black beans, 11% of the RDI. Chickpeas, 9% of the RDI. Kidney beans, 7% of the RDI. Lentils, 4% of the RDI. Moreover, beans and lentils tend to be rich in other nutrients, including iron, zinc, potassium, magnesium, and folate. However, they also contain anti-nutrients like phytates and lectins, which lower your body's ability to absorb other nutrients. Soaking, sprouting, and fermenting beans and lentils can reduce anti-nutrient levels, making them more absorbable. What's more, diets rich in beans, peas, and lentils lower LDL cholesterol and decrease your risk of conditions like type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and premature death. Number 3. Certain nuts. All nuts contain small amounts of calcium, but almonds are especially rich, providing 97 milligrams per 1/4 cup, or about 10% of the RDI. Brazil nuts are second to almonds, providing around 6% of the RDI per 1/4 cup, while walnuts, pistachios, hazelnuts, and macadamia nuts provide between 2 to 3% of the RDI for the same quantity. Nuts are also good sources of fiber, healthy fats, and protein. What's more, they're rich in antioxidants and contain good amounts of B vitamins, magnesium, copper, potassium, and selenium, as well as vitamins E and K. Eating nuts regularly may help you lose weight, lower your blood pressure, and reduce risk factors for metabolic diseases, such as type 2 diabetes and heart disease. Number 4. Seeds. Seeds and their butters are also good sources of calcium, but the amount they contain depends on the variety. Tahini, a butter made from sesame seeds, contains the most, providing 130 milligrams per 2 tablespoons, or 13% of the RDI. In comparison, the same quantity of sesame seeds only provides 2% of the RDI. Chia and flax seeds also contain decent amounts, providing around 5 to 6% of the RDI per 2 tablespoons. Like nuts, seeds provide fiber, protein, healthy fats, vitamins, minerals, and beneficial plant compounds. Plus, they're linked to health benefits, such as reduced inflammation, blood sugar levels, and risk factors for heart disease. Number 5. Some grains. Grains aren't typically thought of as a source of calcium. Yet, some varieties contain significant amounts of this mineral. For example, amaranth and teff, two gluten-free ancient grains, provide around 12% of the RDI per cooked cup. Both are rich in fiber and can be incorporated into a variety of dishes. Teff can be made into a porridge or added to chile, while amaranth provides an easy substitute for rice or couscous. Both can be ground into a flour and used to thicken soups and sauces. Number 6. Seaweed. Adding seaweed to your diet is yet another way to increase your calcium intake. Wakame, a variety typically eaten raw, provides around 126 milligrams, or 12% of the RDI per cup. You can find it in most Asian supermarkets or in sushi restaurants. Kelp, which can be eaten raw or dried, is another popular option. 1 cup of raw kelp, which you can add to salads and main dishes, provides around 14% of the RDI. Dried kelp flakes can also be used as seasoning. That said, seaweed may also contain high levels of heavy metals. Some varieties, such as kelp, can contain excessively large amounts of iodine proportion. While iodine is needed for the proper function of your thyroid gland, getting too much can be harmful. For these reasons, seaweed shouldn't be consumed too often or in large quantities. Number 7. Certain vegetables and leafy greens. Some vegetables, especially bitter ones like dark leafy greens and cruciferous vegetables, are rich in calcium. For instance, spinach, bok choy, as well as turnip, mustard, and collard greens provide 84 to 142 milligrams per cooked half a cup, or 8 to 14% of the RDI. Other calcium-rich vegetables include okra, kale, cabbage, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts. These provide around 3 to 6% of the RDI per cooked half a cup. That said, vegetables also contain variable levels of anti-nutrients, such as oxalates. Oxalates can bind to calcium in your gut, making it more difficult for your body to absorb. Studies show that your body may only absorb around 5% of the calcium found in some high oxalate vegetables. This is why low and moderate oxalate vegetables like turnip greens, broccoli, and kale are considered better sources than higher oxalate vegetables, such as spinach, beet greens, and Swiss chard. Boiling is one way to reduce oxalate levels by 30 to 87%. Interestingly, it appears to be more effective than steaming or baking. Number 8. Some fruit. Some varieties of fruit contain good amounts of calcium. For instance, raw figs provide 18 milligrams, or close to 2% of the RDI, per fig. Dried figs offer slightly less at around 13 milligrams per fig. Oranges are another somewhat high calcium fruit. They contain around 48 to 65 milligrams, or 5 to 7% of the RDI per medium-sized fruit, depending on the variety. Blackcurrants, blackberries, and raspberries round off this list. Blackcurrants pack around 65 milligrams of calcium per cup, or around 7% of the RDI, whereas blackberries and raspberries provide you with 32 to 44 milligrams per cup. In addition to calcium, these fruits also offer a good dose of fiber, vitamin C, and an array of other vitamins and minerals. Number 9. Fortified foods and drinks. Some foods and drinks have calcium added during the manufacturing process. They're another good way to add this mineral to your diet. Foods fortified in calcium include plant yogurts and some types of cereal. Flour and cornmeal are sometimes also enriched with this mineral, which is why some baked goods including breads, crackers, or tortillas contain large amounts. Fortified drinks, such as plant milks and orange juice, can also add significant amounts of calcium to your diet. For instance, 1 cup of fortified plant milk, regardless of the type, typically provides around 30% of the RDI, or 300 milligrams of highly absorbable calcium. On the other hand, 1 cup of fortified orange juice usually covers up to 50% of your daily requirements. In particular, soy milk is a great alternative to cow's milk, as it contains about the same quantity of protein, or 7 grams per cup. Just keep in mind that not all plant milks are fortified, so check the label before buying. Number 10. Blackstrap molasses. Blackstrap molasses is a sweetener with a nutritional punch. It's made from sugar cane that has been boiled 3 times. Unlike sugar, it contains several vitamins and minerals, including 179 milligrams of calcium, or 18% of the RDI, per tablespoon. The nutrients in 1 tablespoon of blackstrap molasses can also help cover around 5 to 15% of your daily requirements for iron, selenium, vitamin B6, magnesium, and manganese. That said, blackstrap molasses remains very high in sugar, so you should eat it in moderation. Calcium is important for the health of your bones and muscles, as well as your circulatory and nervous systems. Yet many people fail to get enough of this nutrient, including vegans. Dairy is often thought of as the only source of this mineral. However, it's also naturally present in an array of plant foods, from grains and legumes to fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. You'll even find it in seaweed and blackstrap molasses. What's more, several foods are fortified with this nutrient. Thus, variety is key when trying to meet your calcium needs on a vegan diet. Please, if you like this video, like it and share it with your friends so that this video can be seen by more people and you can help people like you who need this video. And also support us. And please ask in the comments your biggest problems about losing weight so that we can produce quality videos about them so that all your problems can be solved. Are you struggling to lose weight on a vegan diet? Let us know which tips you plan to implement in the comments below. Have you lost weight as a vegan? Share your journey in the comments below to inspire others. Look no further for your weight loss training needs. Learn everything with our professional trainers. Only this weight loss channel is enough for you, and you can easily lose weight just by following and watching our videos from beginner to professional. We have a separate category for each topic that you can watch videos related to each topic in its own playlist. Only need to play your favorite playlist, see it again and again to become a professional in that subject, and you do not need anything else. If you are interested in this style of videos, please subscribe our page and click the bell next to it to be informed about our new videos.